This right here is some homemade ginger and turmeric root tea. So this is going to be pretty strong, depending on how long you leave it in here, but it's going to be pretty strong because I have a lot of ginger. I cut up the rest of the ginger I had and the rest of the turmeric because I usually have all my stuff sitting in here, and it'll start going bad. So I wanted to use it. I even bagged it up, put in the refrigerator, and that's only going to last for so long. But anyway, it was time for me to use it. So I cut everything up that I had. All the ginger root that I had and all the turmeric root that I had. And I cut all that up and put it in here. And the type of water I use personally is distilled water. Now, you can use alkaline water if you want, or if you decide to use spring water, whatever. Do you. I personally use distilled. That's actually all I drink, distilled and alkaline. But I'm not going to fill this up with alkaline because that's a lot of money. So I get distilled water and I boil a gallon. And yeah, and I go through a process, and then I'm going to show you next once this comes to a boil. So I have it on medium high, and this water was super cold. So, well, it was kind of room temperature, kind of cold, but anyway, once this comes to a boil, I'll be back. I forgot to tell you that I also cover it with the top. I want to trap all the flavor, all the steam, everything. I want to trap it in here. So now it's boiling. See, it's really boiling, spilling over boiling. And I'm just going to stir it a little bit. I just wanted the water to boil and get real hot. So it's been boiling for probably about 2 minutes. So now I'm going to turn it from medium high, and I'm going to turn it down to like a medium low. Alright, it's been on a medium low for about 5 minutes, and it's still trying to boil. And that's because I usually keep the top on it. But you'll see what's next. So what's next is, and it's been on medium low for probably about 5 minutes or so. Now I'm going to add the manuka honey. So let's see how I want to, can I show you this? For this, because it's probably going to be quite strong. Let me see how I can. Hold on. Alright, so look, I like to, and I haven't figured this out yet, but you know it's kind of done, is what I say done, because it gathers, all of it clean together and gathers up in the middle center of the pot. I don't know why this is. It doesn't matter how much or how little. See, I went in there and broke it all up. It's going to all gather right back together in the middle center of the pot. This is so crazy, and it's just going to sit there. Now you might have a few straggling pieces that will float at the top, but the majority is down at the bottom of the pan, clung together in the middle. And this is like the craziest thing. It does it no matter how much or no matter how little, and it will just gather there. Look at that. They look like they're trying to come to life and move around and swim. Look at that, still moving a little bit. A bubble trying to bust through there. But anyway, and you see the color, the tint. I haven't even put honey in here yet. And the tint that you see is coming from, the majority is coming from this turmeric root. This orange or looking turmeric root. But because if I just use ginger by itself, which I will do sometimes, and sometimes I'll use turmeric, but I'm going for just healing all over. But ginger by itself is good. Turmeric by itself is good. You fix it the same way. I just decided to mix them two today and give it more of a spicy flavor. But the ginger root will make the water more golden. How would I? It's like a different, more golden versus dark golden. Like a light gold versus a dark gold. The water turns, when it's just ginger, the water turns like this color, like this. The color of the flesh of the ginger. It would turn that pale color. That's the word. And the orange darkness come from the turmeric root. So the turmeric root is so strong in color, it just takes it over. But anyway, time for me to add this honey. Okay, so let's see. It's still down on medium low. I'm gonna add, this is 1 tablespoon. Okay, I was trying to wait because I'm trying to hold this and put it in there. That's 1 tablespoon. This is 2 tablespoons. I think I'm going to make it with 3 tablespoons. Because this is, as you see, it's a heaping tablespoon. So it's a little more than just a regular tablespoon. But this tea is going to be quite strong. So I need to offset it with some sweetness. Alright. Now as you see, it has calmed down in terms of the boiling of the water, and it's still on medium. And I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna stir it up with this honey, and I'm gonna let all the honey and all the flavor just work together. I'm gonna keep this down. I'm gonna put it down 1 notch on 2, and I'm gonna cover it back up, and it probably stay like that maybe for about 30 minutes. I'm estimating probably about 30 minutes. I'm about to get in the bathtub, get ready for bed, and I come back to the stove. Right now it's 7:30, and I'll come back. Okay, so now what you want to do next is take a fine strainer. You see, this is really small, and this a square container that's going to hold at least a gallon of water. You're going to really want one that's going to hold more than a gallon. But you're going to take the strainer, place it on top of here. And now you're going to take your tea and pour it in here so that they go in that container. And everything gets strained out. Now, you keep this. You're going to keep your ginger and turmeric. This is my second time using it, and sorry about that. That's my second time using it, so I'm going to try to use it one more time. And the more I use it, the longer I'll boil the water for. You know, because it gets used up. So I might use it one more time. So anyway, I've strained that once. Now we're going to go through this process twice, but the next strainer is even finer than this. So you'll just take your things and you put it in a container and you put it in the refrigerator. And I use this on my next boil. Now, you need your big, large container, and this is clean and stained from doing this before. It turns it color, it turns it dark when you're using the turmeric, because turmeric will stain. So now I have my gallon size jug, and if you're using glass, of course you're gonna want your homemade tea to cool down before putting it in the glass. Now I got a finer strainer, as you see. This is what I use to strain quinoa or wild rice or black rice. So now you take this, and this is where the corner of this container comes in handy, because you're going to need that corner to pour it in this strainer. And believe it or not, some stuff do go through the stop at the strainer. This is a really good strainer, and I'm going to show you. It's not that much, but you see there is a little bit of stuff that's in the strainer. Can you see? Shoot. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, you see the stuff? There's a little bit of stuff. So you just take that, put it in the sink with the other dirty stuff. Take this, put it in the sink with the other dirty stuff, or wherever you do with your dirty stuff. And that's it. So there you have it. Homemade ginger and turmeric tea. And you can drink this hot, or you can drink it cold. I love it cold over ice. Or and I take it to work and I leave it at my desk all day, and I drink it throughout the day. Anyway, see, it don't take much to pile up. So then after that, you just make sure you have a top and put it in the refrigerator, and voila, there you go.